Hello, YouTube family. Thank you for watching this video. And if it seems like I'm a little bit more energized than normal, that's because that's the energy that I'm bringing in 2023. But it's also because what we're going to be talking about today, which is, as you can see on the screen, is our fiscal year 2023 IMEO strategic plan. Now, this is what we built to help us plan and prepare for 2023. And I'm not only going to walk you through our process on how to do this, but I'm also going to walk you through what we did on the back end to make sure that our strategy is not just a plan, but it's something that we work towards to get closer to our mission and vision that you can see here on the screen. So whenever we're coming and starting to prepare for our new year, we want to make sure that we have a strategy in place that is derivative from our vision and our mission. So if you're not familiar with IMEO, it stands for Improving Management, Employees, and Organizations. And our main goal, as you can see here, is to build a world where organizations operate effectively and treat others appropriately. We want to make the workplace better for everyone. Now, anytime that we are making a business decision around IMEO company, we are going back to the vision. We ask ourselves, as we're thinking about our prioritization of objectives, does this match or align with building a world where organizations operate effectively and treat others appropriately? And does it align with making the workplace better for everyone? If it does, then we can talk about, is this a key priority for Q1, for Q2, for Q3, Q4, so on and so forth. We are leveraging our vision to make sure that our business actions fall in line with our North Star. We're also leveraging it for whenever we work with clients and we're in that prospecting phase with them, we are talking about something that is inspirational, something that is motivational. I don't know if that's a word, but motivation, that's something that comes through, and it clearly can be seen through our passion that this is something that we're focused on achieving as a company. And then on the later end, whenever we start to hire people at IMEO, this is going to be something that matches our criteria for recruiting and bringing people in. Do these people match what we're trying to accomplish as a company? Yes or no? It's that clear. Okay, then we factor in the mission of IMEO. And our mission right now is we set out to improve the way leaders and employees interact with one another through our strategic approach to strategy execution with objectives and key results, or OKRs. We help companies build and implement their OKR program to better manage performance, increase productivity, and enhance employee engagement. Now, when it comes to one of these things changing more often, it's going to be the mission. Because whenever we're talking about the mission, we're talking about why we exist, why we wake up every single day and do what we do. And then we're also looking into what is the key thing that we need to do, what we need to do, how we're going to do it. And right now is strategy execution with OKRs. But we're also expanding into strategy, building out strategies like what we're seeing here. And then operations, going into the back end. This is what my background is in, OKR, strategy, and operations. Whether that's a company level or a specific sales or marketing level, that's what we're going to be focusing on. And we have some exciting things coming down the chute for 2023, so be on the lookout for that. But this is where we start with our strategy plan. And then as we go down, we also want to look into our current state. So we can only know where to go when we know where we've been. So what we're doing on this second page is exactly that. What was our strategy before we needed to build a new strategy? And just for reference, this doesn't have to come at the beginning of the year. it can come at any stage, any point in time of your company. You meet your company where you are, not where the calendar is. So what we wanted to do is have that specific strategy up here. In Q4 of 2021, IMEO had a strategy and plan to go from broad business coaching, where we were just coaching random clients here and there, focusing on just giving advice, to actually building out a 360 approach to objectives and key results with a program offering to make it easy. And so over the past year and Q4 of 2021, we've been able to shift our entire business model to focus around OKRs, which also leads us to the new strategy, which is go full on in with strategy and operations. And really, it's called organizational structure and design, where we come in and we help your business become more efficient. We create the strategy alongside of you, and then we turn that into a way to manage your strategy. Other words, to make sure that you achieve your strategy. And in the later portion of this video, we're going to go through into detail on that. So the other thing that you want to call out whenever you're building your strategy is your company performance. Celebrate. Work doesn't always have to be heads down or bare knuckles. It can be fun, right? You want to celebrate. So fiscal year 2022 year to date, we have revenue. I blocked it out just because that's a little personal right now. We don't want to go too into detail on that, but I can tell you that from 2021 to 2022, we've been able to increase 46.6% on our revenue. So we are growing in the right direction. We've also developed, as I mentioned, the fully functioning OKR program. We finalized the product or the pricing. So now whenever we're speaking to a customer, we're not going through that, well, it could cost this, it could cost that. We have very specific pricing for the size of your company. And if you think we're too expensive and you don't know, reach out to us. It never hurts to have that conversation. So we've also formed our LLC, which might be a surprise to some people, but this is something that we put on the back burner because we didn't know if we were going to be able to go all in or not. This year, we made that decision, 2022, we've made that decision that we are going all in, especially because we had more projects, we had more revenue coming in the door, and we're starting to get more referrals. So it's starting to not turn into a real business because it's been a real business, but it's starting to gain that traction. We also had some key official partnerships, Dana Growth and GTM Hub, which is now Quantive. Now, GTM Hub and Quantive is one of the largest OKR software. So whenever we're going in and implementing this for our customers, we are delivering them the ability to have the largest and best OKR software out there. Dana Growth focuses on go-to-market strategies. So their CEO, Alex Couture, also my mentor and coach and manager at the other company I work for, he is operating as a fractional CRO for tech startups. So if you want to learn more about that, reach out to me or go to their website. I'm not going to go through all these, but we also gained 4 customers this year. That might not sound like a lot, but we have a high ticket price. So that was very helpful. Now, what we've done from what we've achieved to now, we've broken it down into our priorities for the business. Now, this might seem like a lot, but really the themes of the priorities are here. So financial and operational structure, data-driven and business insights, strategic selling and partner building, and then community and knowledge exchange. And now if you look down here, you can see that we have these covered with finance, marketing and sales, strategy and operations, partnerships, and then program delivery. So that's how we break it down. We don't want to go above 5 because that gets a little bit tricky to maintain, and it kind of loses our focus if we go anything outside of that. So what we're really doing here in acknowledging or describing the priorities is we're breaking it down into some specific things that we want to accomplish. So work to obtain a 10K revenue minimum per month. So that's going to get us there and that's per client, right? So we're going to get there on that this year. We wanted to establish budgets for the companies, so we make sure that we're not going overboard. We want to create a power list of the top 100. Since we are a B2B company, we want to be very specific with our ideal customer profile and reach out to the right people. Like I said, I won't go into all of these things, but this is what we've done with understanding our vision, our mission, understanding what we were able to achieve in our last strategy session, which was the beginning of Q4 of 2021 into now. And we've been able to identify these. Now, from there, we wanted to go into the strategy breakdown. Now, this is where it becomes more of a tangible piece of work versus high level ideas or just reviewing what we've already accomplished. Now we're going into, okay, these are the things that we need to focus on this year to get to where we want to for our strategy. So if we're looking here, we have the entire marketing KPIs, we have the sales KPIs. And if you're looking at this and saying 8.125 in Q1, that seems low. Well, we're working our way up into, by Q4, we'll have that 10K per month. And so we also have the operations high level dashboards, reports, the operational cadence, the strategic go-to-market motion, so different sales and marketing plays. Then we go into our partnerships, because that's where we're really going to get most of our referrals and most of our clients. But this is really just showing you a way that you can break it down specifically into what you're trying to turn your strategy into, which is a guide, a guiding light for what you need to do so you can accomplish what you want to and get closer to your mission and your vision of the company. Okay, so that is pretty much it on this strategic plan. It has everything that we need to know about where we could build out this dashboard here, or this KPI tracker. So I'm going to move myself over here so I don't get in the way. But what we're looking at here, and these are my real numbers right now. So our operating cost for the entire year is $3,355.80. Now, compared to what we bring in, that is significantly low. And that's how we want to keep it. And the reason that we track the operating costs is because a lot of businesses, or business owners specifically, they'll get bogged down by the numbers. And as you can see here, it's not that complicated to keep a track list of every single thing that you're using in your company. Understand the transaction period. Is it monthly? Is it free? Is it annual? Is it a one-time payment? And then what I like to do to kind of gain a pulse of, should we keep this? Should we not keep this? Is, what is our usage of the tool? Now, this is weekly, and we can almost actually put this as daily, but right now we're being realistic with ourselves. Google Suite with Google Drive, all that kind of stuff is daily. And then we have WordPress, which is quarterly. It's also on our website, so it could be defined as daily. But basically what I'm getting at here is we have the cost broken down into a monthly structure. So we know on a monthly basis, we need to bring in at least $279.65 to break even. On a quarterly basis, we know that we need to make sure that we're bringing in $838.95 on a quarterly basis to break even. Now, obviously, we want to make a profit, and luckily we're able to do that. And then we have our annual cost. So we know that at the end of the year, we need to at least bring in this. And that is saying that we're not going to hire anybody to add to our payroll. We're not going to add any other tools. But whenever we do, we'll come in here and we'll make sure that this is updated. So that's the operating cost. Now, this is at the beginning of the year, so it's a little bland right now. We got some other things in the pipeline that seem to be closing soon. But right now in week one, we have $315. We're in week 2 right now, so we haven't updated it yet. We update this every Monday because we want to have the full week completed, and then we want to be able to go here and add this. But just for example, let's say that we close the deal that we're working on. It's $1,500. Okay, so that's going to give us to a total for Q1 so far of $1,815. So now the way that we've calculated it is by quarter. So we know that for the rest of the quarter, we still got to meet $524 to break even, right? And then we go over here for the annual revenue. We know that we still need to do $1,541 to make sure that we're breaking even. Then everything after that, so let's just say that we do that by getting like a $5,000 client. Now our profit is $3,459. This is another thing that business owners don't focus on in a detailed aspect way, because if you're not tracking this specifically compared to your expenses, then you're going to think that you're making a lot of money, but in reality, you're not making any money, or you're actually going under, especially if your OPEX or your operating expense cost is very high and you're not bringing in as much revenue. So the other thing that we've done over here is take the strategy of the KPIs for marketing, and we put them into this list. Now we've created more Instagram posts than this. We've actually created 100, but we're counting them as they actually are posted or published out there. Same thing here, but this is keeping us honest, right? So let's say that we have a webinar and we just completed it. Well, now I'm going to put 1 in here. Now we see that we have 3 items left to complete to meet our KPI goal. So this is something that I've been able to create on my own from the strategy. And that's what I really want to get across with showing you this, is that whenever you take your strategy and you have this big picture idea and you turn it into actual tangible things that you're trying to execute for your company, it becomes not only strategy, but strategy execution, which is the hardest part whenever it comes to strategy, because most people will have a well thought out, solid understanding of what their strategy is and what they're trying to do, but it stays at that level. It never dives into the specific things that you need to do into the terms of KPIs or key performance indicators or objectives and key results. So just to keep going on this, we have a goal of 25 of a power list. That's the top 100 that we're going to have. This is just 25. 100 broken down into 4 quarters is 25. So this quarter in Q1, we plan on reaching out to 25 of our top power 100 list of contacts, right? And each week we're going in here due to the operational cadence that we described in our strategy. And so all these things are connected. So if I have, so far this week, I've had 2 meetings, and in week 1, I was off in Mexico. So didn't have too many meetings that time. But whenever I go in here and I click this, now you can see some things happening. So you had 2 here, you have 5, now you have a total of 7, and our goal is 13. So we're getting close to where we need to be. Obviously this number is just made up, but hopefully we'll get there. But you can also see that this has stayed or has updated as well. And then you can see now we have 45 left to complete for our annual goal of 52. So I'm showing you all these things because this is what we do whenever we're talking about, we help companies build out their organizational structure. So we not only can help you with your vision, your mission, your strategy, take all of those things and turn it into something that you can track, where you can actually have a dashboard from the operations side of what we offer and go in here and have your team more aligned. This even works for a solopreneur. Right now, I'm a solopreneur. So as I'm going through here and I'm updating all these things, the dashboard is being updated as well. So let's say that we have that 5,001 come in. And now we should go over here and be able to see those changes. You can see it here, 5,315 instead of 315. Same thing with the meetings. So let's go over to sales And let's say that we had a Q2 meeting. Let's say that in the week one, we had 10 meetings. But now we're seeing that update too. These are types of things that we can come into your organization and help you have something like this instead of investing in something expensive like HubSpot or Salesforce or whatever the case is. We can help you not only take the strategy and help you understand the direction of your company, the clear objectives for your employees, but also turn it into something that is tangible that you can track and measure. Now, another tool that we do that we don't have set up right now for Q1 is our partnership with Quantive or GTM Hub. That's where we're going to add our OKRs. And you might be asking, how can you have KPIs and OKRs? They're different. I won't go into a full-on tangent there, or we might not ever finish this video. But what I will say is, if our meetings goal for Q1 is 13, our OKR goal might be 20 because they're stretch goals, and we want to be able to meet 70% of those. But that's how we break this down. If you are interested in learning more about how IMEO can help you in your company with strategy and operations based off of what you've seen here, feel free to reach out to us today to have a free consultation. We just love talking to business people and learning about the passionate people out there who are trying to build their own dreams, who are trying to make the world a better place and make an impact in the world. That's what we're trying to do. So if you are interested in learning more, send us an email at info at imeoconsulting.com, or you can go to our website and schedule a meeting based off of the links there. We hope so much to hear from you, and we hope that this video was helpful for you, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Until next time, thank you for watching.